Friends, this is a true story. It is about how the most dangerous weapon in the world was made. It is about the nuclear bomb. It started with science, then war, and then changed the whole world. A long time ago, scientists were learning about small things called atoms. Atoms are too small to see, but they are everywhere. In the air, in water, in people, in everything. Some scientists thought, what is inside an atom? One great scientist, Albert Einstein, found something very interesting. He said that even a small amount of matter can become a big amount of energy. He gave a formula. E is equals mc squared. It means a small thing can make a big blast. But at that time, no one knew how to do it. Years later, in 1938, two scientists in Germany found that if you hit a uranium atom with something called a neutron, the atom breaks into two parts. This breaking is called fission. When the atom breaks, it makes a lot of energy, more than any bomb before. It also throws out more neutrons. These neutrons can break more atoms. That creates a chain, a big explosion. This was a big discovery, but it was also very dangerous. At the same time, the world was going into a big war. It was called World War II. Germany, Italy, and Japan were fighting against the United States, Britain, and other countries. Many people were dying. The war was very cruel. Some scientists were afraid that Germany would use this new science to make a bomb. So, Einstein and others wrote a letter to the US president. They warned him. They said, Germany may build a nuclear bomb. We must build it first. The US started a secret project. It was called the Manhattan Project. This project wanted to build the first atomic bomb. Many smart scientists joined. One of the main leaders was a man named Robert Oppenheimer. He was a quiet man, but very smart. People called him the father of the atomic bomb. The work was very hard. They needed special types of uranium and another new element called plutonium. It was very difficult to get. They made big secret factories in different parts of America. Thousands of people worked day and night, but most of them didn't even know what they were building. After many years, the scientists were ready to test the bomb. In July 1945, in a hot desert in New Mexico, they tested the first nuclear bomb. The test was called Trinity. The scientists waited in fear. No one knew what would happen. Some thought it might burn the whole sky, but they still did it.
But the war was not over. Germany had already lost,
But Japan was still fighting. Japan did not want to surrender. The US leaders thought, if we attack Japan with soldiers, many people will die. But if we use the bomb, the war might end quickly. So they prepared two bombs. One was called Little Boy. It used uranium. The other was called Fat Man. It used plutonium. On August 6, 1945, a US plane flew over the Japanese city of Hiroshima. At 8:15 in the morning, the plane dropped Little Boy. In a few seconds, everything changed. A huge explosion happened. Buildings fell. People burned. Fire spread everywhere. Around 70,000 people died immediately. Many more died later from burns and sickness. 3 days later, on August 9th, the US dropped Fat Man on another city, Nagasaki. Again, the same thing happened. About 40,000 people died at once. The bombs were so powerful that people who were far away felt the heat. Shadows of people were burned into walls. Some survivors lost their families, their homes, and their health. After these two bombs, Japan finally surrendered. The war was over. Many people in the US celebrated. They were happy the war had ended. But many scientists were sad. They had helped make something that killed so many people. Oppenheimer met with the US president. He said, "I feel I have blood on my hands." The president didn't like that. He said the bomb ended the war and saved lives. But still, many people felt the pain. After the war, other countries started making their own bombs. The Soviet Union made one, then Britain, France, and China. Soon there were enough bombs in the world to destroy it many times. This started something called the Cold War. Countries did not fight with bombs, but they threatened each other. Everyone was afraid that one mistake could start a world-ending war. Schools taught children to hide under desks. Families built shelters underground. The world was full of fear. Some people tried to stop it. They said, "No more bombs." They marched in the streets. They made peace groups. Survivors from Hiroshima and Nagasaki told their stories. One girl named Sadako became very famous. She was a child when the bomb dropped. She got sick from radiation and tried to fold 1,000 paper cranes before she died. She became a symbol of peace. But the bombs are still in the world. Many countries keep them, just in case. Some say it is for safety,